And a couple of years ago, I took a week-long training, and got certified in structured family recovery. Prior to that, I worked at an agency for about 14 years. And what we did was we worked with families weekly. Mm-hmm. So the client is in treatment, and I called the family weekly. And my focus was with the family was to focus on what they were doing. That phone call was not about me talking about what the client is doing.
Right.
It's what are you doing for your recovery? Are you doing your meetings? You're going to your therapy? Are you addressing your issues? And working with them on stopping the enabling of the disease of addiction and help them to enable the recovery process. So that's what I helped families with. And I did that for 14 years. So it was a great setup for me to move into structured family recovery.
Right.
Because structured family recovery is about getting the family into recovery. So I had a foundation for that. But the difference, I think, with structured family recovery and what I did as a therapist is I'm not providing counseling, therapy, or coaching in structured family recovery. What I am doing is facilitating a process.
Right.
So I will appropriately use self-disclosure. I will comment on certain areas of the process to help them along with it. I don't tell them what to do, although there are guidelines in structured family recovery that everyone has to follow a basic guideline. Mm-hmm. And that is that they're willing to attend at least one self-help meeting a week, that they're willing to participate in the phone call once a week, and they read the book. And so we try to keep it simple. We don't want it complicated. It's done using conference calls, so people can call in anywhere around the country. It's more simple than a computer because everybody has a phone.
Right.
So it makes it really easy. And it's been very rewarding for me, as it has been for families, that they really love that process. I work with some families where the addict isn't even a part of the call. And my sense of that particular family is they don't want the addict on the call.
Right.
That they want to do this thing together.
They've got healing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've worked with one family, the mother, the father were in New York. The sister was overseas. The grandparents were in Colorado. And the son was in Arizona. And they all called into the conference line. Nice. And I worked with them for 48 weeks.
Wow.
And they're doing great. The son, who's an addict, actually now works in the field of addiction.
Right.
So he's doing good and the family's doing good. And I utilize those families to be mentors and supports for other family. So any family that I get in structured family recovery, I assign them to another family who's gone through the process to give them some support.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. Seems like such a valuable program. And if I could just put a plug in there for Deborah J., the book is called It Takes a Family.
It Takes a Family.
Right. So if any of our listeners wants to peek into that, you can order it off of Amazon. It's a great read. I've read it myself. And we'll have contact info for Michael listed at the end of the podcast. So if you're looking for help in that department, I'd highly suggest it, especially for the family.